Sometimes one reaction from you can teach a child. Next time, I won't say anything. Your child may still talk to you, but only about the safe things. They may say, I'm fine, while hiding what is really hurting. They may answer your questions, but leave out the part they are scared to say. They may tell you small things about their day, while hiding the things that really matter. Kids do not start hiding things all at once. First, they see what happens when they tell the truth. They notice which truth makes you upset, which feeling gets ignored, and which mistake turns into a lecture. Then they start staying quiet, because honesty starts to feel unsafe. It does not always take yelling. A disappointed look, a sharp tone, a heavy sigh, a cold silence, and one long lecture can be enough to make a child think, next time, I will keep this to myself. Most parents want honesty, but children tell the truth when they feel safe after telling it. When a child tells you something hard, they remember more than the conversation. They remember your face, your voice, how fast you reacted, how big the problem became, and how the moment felt. One of the biggest reasons children stop telling the truth is that parents react before they understand. A child says, I broke it, and before they can explain, the parent says, what is wrong with you? How many times have I told you? A child says, I got in trouble, and immediately hears, I knew this would happen. You never listen. The child may have done something wrong. The behavior may need correction. But in that first moment, the child is learning something deeper than the rule. They are learning what happens when they tell the truth. It means the first reaction matters. When a child does not feel safe inside, they often stop listening. Their body moves into protection. They defend themselves, deny what happened, blame someone else, and sometimes shut down completely. That is why one sentence can change the direction of the whole conversation. Thank you for telling me. That sentence does not mean what you did is okay. It means I want honesty to stay open between us. Another reason children stop talking is that their feelings get dismissed. A child says, that hurt my feelings, and the parent says, that is not a big deal. Another says, I'm scared, and hears, there is nothing to be scared of. To the parent, these words may sound helpful, but to the child, it can sound like, what I feel does not matter. Over time, the child may stop bringing their inner world to the parent. They may still talk about simple things, but they stop sharing the deeper things. Because they learn that their feelings will be corrected before they are understood. There is a big difference between saying, that is not a big deal, and saying, that felt big to you. Tell me what happened. The second sentence does not mean the child is right about everything. It simply opens the door. And children keep talking to the people who keep the door open. Another reason kids stop telling parents the truth is that every conversation becomes a lesson. The child starts telling a story, and the parent quickly turns it into advice. You should have done this. That is why I always tell you. See, this is what happens when you do not listen. So they learn to share less. They tell the safe parts, leave out the messy parts, give short answers, and say things like, I don't know, and nothing happened. Not because nothing happened, because telling the full story feels like it will cost them too much. This is hard because parents often lecture from love. They want to protect and teach, but connection has to come before correction. A better response can be simple. I want to understand first. When the child feels heard, they are more ready to listen. Then you can say, now let's talk about what needs to happen next. First, help them feel safe. Then help them take responsibility. Another reason children hide the truth is that they are afraid of disappointing their parents. Some children are not mainly afraid of punishment. They are afraid of the look, the quiet disappointment, the heavy sigh, the cold silence. For some children, disappointment feels worse than anger. They hide the bad grade, the mistake, the friendship problem, and the thing they are confused about. This is especially true for sensitive children and anxious children. They may become very good at looking okay while carrying hard things alone. That is why children need to hear this clearly. I may be upset about what happened, but I am not against you. I do not like the choice, but I still love you. This matters because children often confuse correction with rejection. They need to know the relationship is still safe, even when the behavior needs to change. It makes them more honest. Another pattern that makes children hide the truth is using honesty against them later. A child tells the truth once. Later, the parent says, "This is why I can't trust you. You always do this. I knew you would mess up again." When honesty becomes a weapon, the child learns to stop giving the parent the full story. Accountability matters. A stronger response is, "I remember what happened before, and we still need to rebuild trust. But I'm glad you told me this time." That matters. If your child has already stopped talking, do not try to force closeness with too many questions. Sometimes parents feel the distance and panic. They ask, "What's wrong? Why don't you talk to me? Are you hiding something? Tell me what happened." But pressure can make a quiet child even quieter. Trust usually comes back slowly, not through one big conversation. It comes back through many small moments where the child sees, "My parent can handle the truth. My parent does not explode every time. My parent can listen without turning everything into a lecture. My parent still loves me when I mess up." Your first goal is to keep the door open. You can say, "Thank you for telling me. I'm glad you came to me. I want to understand before I respond. We will deal with this, but I'm glad you told the truth." If you have reacted badly before, you can say, "I've been thinking about something. Sometimes when you tell me the truth, I react too fast. I want you to feel like you can come to me, even when something is hard to say." They learn that love can stay present even when something goes wrong. Over time, that is what brings a child back. A child who feels safe will not tell the truth every single time. No child does. But they are more likely to come back when it matters. They are more likely to say, "I need help. I messed up. I do not know what to do." Those are the moments that matter most. The goal is to raise a child who does not feel alone with their mistakes. So if your child tells you something hard, your first reaction may become their next decision. And sometimes, the way back begins with one calm sentence. "Thank you for telling me." Subscribe for more calm parenting tools for the moments that are hard to handle.